Welcome back to the video, everybody, and in today's episode we're just going to be going over protein, the bodybuilding macronutrient, and over the course of the next few videos we're just going to be going over like the bodybuilding and nutrition basics. So as I said during the last video, your protein, your carbs, your fats, what you use them for, how much you should be eating, etc. We know that protein is the foundation of growth and repair and recovery, and we know that protein needs to come in order for muscle protein synthesis to happen, which is the recruitment of new muscle. And we're going to start off with how much protein should you be having per day. So we know from research that you should be having from 0.7 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight per day. Obviously, if you're trying to be a bodybuilder, etc., trying to put on a lot of new muscle, you're going to want to go towards the latter end of that spectrum. But if you're just someone who's interested in your diet and just not trying to put on a bit of muscle, then you can go towards the other end of the spectrum. And when you go to that latter end, we know that high protein foods are a lot more satiating. So if you're someone who is on very little calories and you just want to feel a bit fuller and you want to feel more satiated, you go towards that latter end. But if you're someone who has maybe some digestive issues, we know that sometimes protein is quite hard to digest compared to maybe some easy digestible carbs. So you might want to go towards the 0.7 in that regard. And with that 0.7, that is the minimum requirement for growth and repair to happen, for the muscle protein synthesis to occur. So obviously you'd want to just be getting that as the bare minimum. And as I'd say, for someone who's trying to be an athlete, obviously go towards the latter end to the 1.5, maybe a bit below, because you're obviously putting your body through stress and you need to be recovering from that, and you need to be repairing, and you need to be recruiting new muscle. So that's the basics of how much protein you should have. And now we're going to go on to when should you be having your protein. Evidence shows maybe every 3 to 4 hours. So you want to be breaking that up, your protein intake into this. So if you're having 4 meals a day and you're having 200 grams of protein, so maybe 4 meals of 50 or even 5 meals of 40. So that way we know if you're lessening that, that's going to be a lot more stress in your digestive system, and your body mightn't be able to actually absorb all that protein. It's marginal gains. Obviously it's not going to be that massive of a difference. So those regular servings of protein is just going to deliver your essential amino acids to your body and spike muscle protein synthesis. Muscle protein synthesis will not happen without protein. It won't happen without full spectrum amino acids and your essential amino acids like leucine. That's why we know when it comes to vegan and vegetarian diets, some people might be able to get that full spectrum of amino acids in and your essential amino acids. And if you are vegan, you can just pair some foods. You can Google it, what foods together will give you those complete protein sources. And as I was saying, what happens if you don't leave 3 to 4 hours between eating? Not much. A bit of indigestion, maybe your body isn't going to be absorbing all the protein. Or if you leave more than 3 to 4 hours, again, not much. It's very much marginal gain. And so you have different types of protein. So you have your whey protein, which is highly insulinogenic. You have your casein, which is slow digesting, and then you have your meats, and then you have, as they would say, your trace proteins, which would be like the protein you get maybe from oats, rice, bread, etc. You have your complete protein and your incomplete proteins. So those complete proteins will have your full spectrum of amino acids, and then your incomplete protein, which would be your bread, rice, oats, like that. As we say, trace proteins, they wouldn't have the full spectrum of those amino acids. So yeah, throughout the day you should be trying to get your complete protein sources through your meats, your eggs, your whey, etc. Am I going to sit here and say that if you're having 100 grams of trace protein and you're having 100 grams of complete proteins, is there going to be that massive of a difference? Probably not. But is there, again, marginal gains? These things will add up. So should you be getting your protein as much as possible? If you're vegan, maybe get a vegan whey. That'll make a bit of a difference. So that's your concluded video. So we went over how much protein you should be eating, when you should be eating it, and what kinds of protein you should be eating. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks. Leave a like, subscribe maybe. Peace.